Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I play
Hello.
Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail, Karoga. Welcome. Thank you, Nicole. Hello, world. It's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, July 13th, 2020. And today is a very special birthday. Actually, two very special birthdays. It is the birthday of Harrison Ford, the actor, of course, best noted for his role as the president in one of those movies that I forgot about. And I think he played Indiana Jones maybe in a couple of movies. And I don't know. I think that's about it. And it's also the negative 285th birthday of the character of Jean-Luc Picard, who will be born on this day 285 years from now. At least so we've been foretold in in Star Trek, that while it's fiction, we all know it's true, but only up until a certain part, after which it becomes fiction again, because it's too hard to believe. Yeah. So welcome everybody to Bed Life. Good to see you. A little bit of an early start today. We'll see how it goes. I know a few people mentioned Richie Pool. If you're out there, you have an hour between 4 and 5 that you can hang out. Some people were pushing for a little earlier time, so maybe Monday we'll do it a little earlier. Friday we'll do it a little later. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Not making promises. I do have officially on the birdoprey5.com website, I've added the official schedule to the site. So if anybody's not sure what time something is, the times are there. Bed Life is at 5 p.m. All times are Eastern, and all times are plus minus 1 hour. So I have Bed Life starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, which can mean as early as 4 p.m. Eastern, like today, or as late as 6 p.m. Eastern, presumably if, something was wrong, but aiming usually for 5 p.m. most days. We've got DS9 Wednesdays, again, at 5 p.m. is the intended start. It could be as early as 4, as late as 6. Saturdays, we have Cinema Saturday with an intended start of about 2 p.m. Eastern. Again, plus minus an hour is possible. And then we've got a game for Tuesdays, although I don't have a time set for that. We have open line Thursdays, although I don't have a time set for that. That will be earlier than Bed Life, but I didn't set a time yet. And then Sundays, I'm officially saying Sundays are a day of rest unless I feel some compelling need to come on. So there's no officially scheduled programming on Sunday at all. But if I get bored or there's nobody else streaming, maybe I'll come on for a bit. So that's the official schedule. It's on the website. It's on birdoprey5.com. Rock Solid, I see, is here promoting Dear Bop. Rock Solid, I checked Dear Bop before I started the stream. There was one Dear Bop. I'm sure we'll get some in as the stream goes, but we're not going to rush over to Dear Bop right this second. In a little bit. Now, at 2:32 p.m. Eastern, Yamato Darkstar was first. Qapla Yamato Darkstar. You seem new around here. Welcome. In fact, Yamato Darkstar is a brand new subscriber as of just a couple hours ago. I don't know if he's still here or she, but I assume it's a he. And it's not Yamato, excuse me. It's Yotam Darkstar. My bad, my eyes. Yotam Darkstar subscribed. And then earlier we had Gun Starry Fury subscribed. Now, of course, people are subscribing because I put out a new video for the first time in weeks. And it's, of course, my Star Trek Lower Decks trailer review breakdown and whatnot. I tried so hard to keep it under 15 minutes. I actually did it twice. And both times it came out over 20. So we kept the second one. But yeah, so we're getting some new subscribers. Of course, I'm also losing some subscribers. I suspect because I don't know. I didn't come out with pitchforks at Lower Decks. Whatever. I'm not saying Lower Decks is going to be good. I'm just saying I don't know yet if it's going to be good. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll get to Lower Decks. So welcome, Yotam Darkstar. And Jitsi Lemons was here at 3:03 and says, good thing it's not cold outside because we didn't get any soup. No soup, Jitsi. Who was supposed to give you soup? I don't know. But it's not us, not Kuroga. If you were in Kuroga, you'd have your soup. Mark Andy was actually first after I went live. Qapla, Mark Andy. Uncle Remus says, Jaja Ding Dong. Jaja Ding Dong? I don't know what we're referring to. John Araki says, Qapla, John Araki. And Mark Andy realized, holy crap, he's first. Yes, you are, Mark. You know, Yosef's on vacation. I don't know what Thomas Potts is up to. You made it. Number 1. John DeMarco says, hello, everyone. Welcome, John DeMarco. Qapla. Uncle Remus says, hail all. Hail all. Mark Andy says, fake often news. Yeah, well, like I said, during the song, the Bed Life song, there's people have been asking me, what is fake orphan cries? What are you saying? You don't have orphans anymore? No. The orphans are real. The cries are fake, okay? People who claim they've seen crying orphans or they hear crying coming from the mines. No, that's the fake news. That's what's fake. You can't hear any crying coming from the mines. That doesn't happen. It's way too deep to hear anything. Positive Candor, formerly number 1 sci-fi. Qapla, Positive Candor says, Bird of Prey. I don't understand all the hate for Lower Decks. It's not like it's not like we haven't seen Goofy Trek before. Some people are just so stuck up. Well, there's a few reasons for negative hate, for the hate on Lower Decks. Number 1, we've been burned, right? We've been burned so much. Now, I know you, Positive Candor, I know you like Star Trek Discovery, and you're like an enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a fortune cookie that just doesn't crack. I don't know why you like Star Trek Discovery, but I accept that you do. And, you know, the vast majority of us, however, do not. In fact, we find it quite offensive. And a great number of people were almost as upset, if not more so, with Star Trek Picard. I wasn't one of them. I went into Picard liking it, and then the show fell apart for me. So I've been twice burned, okay? Twice burned by the people that are technically in charge of Lower Decks. So, you know, it's hard to be optimistic when, you know, Alex Kurtzman and company have, in my feelings, betrayed us, betrayed Trek, betrayed the vision that was Trek. Now, whether it was Gene Roddenberry's vision or Gene Kuhn and DC Fontana's vision, I don't care. Whoever's vision of Trek, whatever, the Rick Berman vision, the Trek that we knew has been betrayed. And it happened on Alex Kurtzman's watch. It's very hard to be optimistic. But the Mike, I forget his name, Mike McCann, whatever, the Mike in charge of Lower Decks, by far is a bigger TNG fan than anybody else involved with Star Trek to date under Alex Kurtzman. And from his Comic-Con panel last year, I just had the feeling that this was a guy who wanted to do a sequel to TNG. Now, he's a Rick and Morty guy, so he wanted to do a cartoon. He wanted to do a funny. But this was going to take place, in my mind, in the TNG universe, unlike Picard, which seems to take place in the Discovery universe. And, from the very first thing we saw in Picard, the first trailer, what did we have? We had a Discovery shuttle. And then we had the USS, the Discovery version of the Enterprise, as a hologram in Starfleet headquarters. And San Francisco looked like it did in Discovery. So actually like it looked like in, in 2009, which is just as bad. So it's like, none of this looks right. But from the first pictures we saw of Lower Decks, and even through this trailer, Lower Decks has the TNG aesthetic, right? We have TNG looking phasers, TNG looking shuttles, TNG looking ships. And it's not just the Cerritos, which I'll grant you is a stupid design, but it is the TNG aesthetic, absolutely, through and through. But you also have in the still picture around it, you've got a Klingon bird of prey, which looks exactly like a Klingon bird of prey. You have Space Dock, which looks exactly like Space Dock. And you've got some other Federation ships that look like, your random Federation ships. This is the TNG aesthetic. This is exactly what we all wanted. And I'll tell you, walking through, and if you watched my whole breakdown of the trailer, walking through in one of the shots, you've got what I believe to be a half Klingon. And it's a TNG era Klingon. It looks like a TNG half Klingon. They've got hair, and they've got the TNG ridges, the Worf ridges. Okay, not the Klingork Discovery garbage look. They look like TNG Klingons. So it looks like they fixed the Klingons, they fixed the shuttles, they fixed the ships, they fixed the technology. You're not seeing holograms everywhere. The holodeck is a plain old TNG holodeck. You don't have holograms on the bridge. They fixed a hell of a lot of things. Now, it was a 2-minute trailer. Yes, it had some zany, less than funny gags. I chuckled a couple of times. But it's very hard to put in a 2-minute trailer anything deep, right? Like Futurama. Futurama is the pinnacle of, for me, intelligent cartoon comedy. I mean, the jokes in Futurama get super deep, and some of the episodes of Futurama, literally, I cry. It's not. I mean, yeah, I would call it a comedy, but there are episodes that are just so sad, you literally cry watching. You're like, is a cartoon really doing this to me? And yes, it is. I've never seen Rick and Morty, but in a 2-minute Futurama trailer, you'd be hard-pressed to put in anything more than some one-liners. And I think that's just the reality. When you're coming with a show where you have no idea who the characters are, really no idea of the backstory except that it's Trek, how do you put in anything beyond one-liners? I don't know how you do it. So we got a trailer that's one-liners. Okay, is it the best trailer? No, it's not the best trailer. Is it the worst trailer, though? No, it's definitively not the worst thing we could have seen. Is it woke? Yeah, it's a bit woke. Okay, but watching the Twilight Zone season 2, having finished it a day or two ago, I came to the realization that there are woke episodes, and there are good episodes, there are bad episodes, and there are non-woke episodes. And non-woke and good episode doesn't always ring true. You can have a good woke episode, you can have a bad non-woke episode. So it's maybe something I've got to separate when I do my reviews. But just because, you had women in charge of everything, women of color in charge of everything, and yeah, the white guy's the guy that's getting, seems to be the comic relief. I know, it's getting old. It's been the same formula for, 5-10 years, it seems. And it's getting to me too. But it doesn't mean that the show can't be funny. I mean, on Futurama, Fry is the comic relief. He's He's the white guy. Leela is the one in charge 99% of the time. And does it bother me there? It didn't at the time. It didn't at the time. So I'm going to give it a chance. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to watch episode 1 and episode 2, and I'm going to review them. And if they're good episodes, I'm going to tell you they're good. If they're terrible episodes, I will tell you they're terrible episodes. I just will give it a chance. And I don't like seeing, and I super chatted Nerdrotic last night on him and Doomcock were doing Inquisition. And I sent a $2 super chat. I said, call me crazy, but you know, I saw the trailer. I'm going to give it a chance. And he and Doomcock said, yeah, you're crazy. And Doomcock said, yep, you're nuts. And then Nerdrotic went into about how, you know, you need to have optimistic people like me in this world. But it's Alex Kurtzman. And, you know, he made a good point. How many times do we have to be let down by Alex Kurtzman before we don't give him the benefit of the doubt? And I guess my answer to that is as many times as they give him a chance, because why would I get up now and say I know this show is going to suck when I don't? Okay? Now, if it was Vegas, if we were in Vegas and we were betting, and you're like, well, you know, we'll give you 2-1, you know, or even money. You pick now whether this is going to be a good show or a bad show. Then yeah, I might go put a couple $100 on saying this is going to be a bad show, because the odds are it probably will. But this isn't Vegas. This is YouTube. Okay? There's no reason I have to make a definitive prediction right now on whether this show is going to be good or bad. All I have to say is that I'm going to watch it and tell you guys what I think. I think, to be honest, that Nerdrotic and Doomcock, as much as I love them, and even Anti-Trekker in his review recently, to go out of your way and make the prediction before you've seen a single episode that it's going to be bad, that it's going to be awful, that it's going to be terrible. I mean, why? Why would you make a prediction when you're nobody's forcing you to make a prediction? Nothing is lost by keeping your objectivity till you at least see a single episode. I mean, none of these actors got up, as far as I know, got up anywhere on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter and said, I don't want, you know, 40-year-old white guy watching this. Now, if they did, then that would be different. But no, to my knowledge, nobody said that. Only Brie Larson was stupid enough to say something like that. And she's not involved in Lower Decks. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like, I hate being forced to defend an Alex Kurtzman Secret Hideout production, but Jesus Christ, everything we saw in the trailer, well, I don't say everything, but 90% of what we saw in the trailer boded well. I mean, it's what I wanted to see. A return to TNG aesthetic, a return to TNG Trek, TNG ships, TNG looking Klingons, TNG looking humans, TNG looking aliens. Now, I know there's people who say, well, Star Trek's not a comedy. Well, it could be. It could be. I mean, we had the original series, which was kind of a mix of action and drama and the comedy. You know, Trouble with Tribbles, that was a comedic episode. We had TNG, which was far more drama than comedy. Not really much in terms of comedy. A couple of scenes here and there, but certainly no episodes that were entirely comedic. Then we go to DS9, where we have some of the darkest dramas of Trek, but we also have some of the lightest, where total episodes that were comedic the entire way through. Little Green Men was nothing but laughs. Trials and Tribulations was almost nothing but laughs. The one Take Me Out to the Holodeck, the baseball episode, very funny episodes, and they did them well. And then Enterprise had its whole entire episodes taking place in the mirror universe without even any connection between the two. Voyager had its episodes with the Ferengi. That was a pretty funny episode where Neelix becomes a Ferengi to try and convince the two Ferengi to go back to the Alpha Quadrant with them. They had some good stuff. So, you know what? And then we got Picard and we got Discovery. Orville came in along the way and showed us, hey, this universe can be funny, even though it's not the Trek universe. I don't think there's any reason why we can't have a funny Trek. I don't. I think the universe is big enough that we can have a comedic Trek. And we had the animated series too, though most people, forget about it. Now, the animated series wasn't particularly funny, but it was a Saturday morning cartoon. That's exactly what it was. And I know Anti-Trekker will say they didn't cut anything to make it. Well, I'm sorry. I tried watching the animated series several times, and they were not TOS episodes that just happened to be animated. They clearly aim those cartoons at the kids. Okay, the animated series is clearly a cartoon aimed at children. It is not aimed at the same audience TOS was aimed at. Maybe you growing up, you didn't realize it because you were a kid when you saw it. But looking back now as an adult, watching it for the first time, no. The animated series is definitely not aimed at the same audience as TOS was. So it's fine. Okay, we've had Trek diverge, as long as it keeps the spirit of Trek, though, as I'm sure the animated series does. And I don't know if Lower Decks will or not, but I'm willing to give it that chance. And I hate to see people, friends of mine, who are otherwise intelligent people, and I love them, I love their channels, but they just come out and say, this is an abomination, this is so, but what did I watch? What is this? And I'm like, well, you watched a 2-minute trailer for a completely new Trek show. That's all you watched. I don't know how you can make such world-changing giant predictions based off of a 2-minute trailer. But hey, if you want to make the prediction, it's your channel or your opinion. Go ahead and do it. I'm not going to hold it against you. But I personally, I'm not going to jump up and say, I know this is going to suck. It might. It probably will even. But I'm not going to go up there and say it. I will say I am going to watch. I'm going to watch it. And we'll see. We'll see together. And I hope you guys, if you don't watch it on your own, you come and watch my reviews of it. I don't know what time it's dropping yet. If it's going to be at 2 a.m. again or 3 a.m, maybe we'll watch it at 3 a.m. If it's going to be later in the day, we'll do it later in the day. But I will be reviewing the animated series, the Lower Decks. I know certain people have said they're not even going to bother with it because they don't think enough people are going to watch. I'm going to watch. I'm going to review every episode, God willing, as long as I'm able. And I hope you guys join me when I do so that we can get to the bottom of this. And maybe, just maybe, some of us will be surprised. We'll see. Uncle Remus says facepalm. Yeah, that was quite a tirade. I'm sorry. Kronos is Bird of Prey, Qapla World. No to-dos today. Well, Kronos, when I start with bed life, there's no do. No, right now we only do the do-dos on Deep Space Nine. Now I do have to move the bed life song to the ending credits, which I've yet to do. Some because of I would like to say I would have done it had Lower Decks not premiered and taken my day away from me yesterday. But the reality was I probably wasn't going to do it anyway. this weekend. But I do at some point have to move the opening credits to the ending credits, and then we can do the opening credits with the usual mambo music. Awesome Sauce says, I unsubbed all the Doom Norks, neurotics, random people, so don't know what the fuss is about over Lower Decks. Well, Awesome Sauce, I love many of those channels. I would, it's your choice to unsub from anyone you want. But yeah, I don't know why everybody wants to jump on it either for Lower Decks. Unlike Discovery, I've seen nothing out of hand that's sickens me. Okay, I've seen nothing that sickens me. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings, Birdo Prey, Mamo Prey, Sisso Prey, Chico Prey, and Fell Nerds. Thank you, Mountains of Elysium. Mamo Prey is waving. John DeMarco says, I can't speak for others, but I do think Rick and Morty style humor is a good fit for Star Trek. And see, I've never seen Rick and Morty, so I literally have no expectations from that whatsoever. And by the way, people, if you didn't read it see it in the comments, the box, this is from Anti-Trekker. This is the Wrangler class. We're going to unbox this in a little bit. Okay, we're going to unbox it in a little bit. Now, when Mama Prey handed it to me, maybe you can hear that. It sounds like there's some. It sounds like there's some loose pieces or something. I'll be honest. It doesn't sound good. But we'll open the box and we'll see what actually comes out. Yeah. Okay, I'll let you know. Mama Prey doesn't want me to open it over the bed. She's afraid sharp glass or something. So I don't think there's any glass, but it sounds like it. It sounds like something's gonna fall out of there that's not gonna be good. I am on an air mattress, yeah. So we'll open it carefully. Hopefully it's just little pieces or something. I don't know exactly what, but that's gonna be interesting. Donald Myers says Qapla Bird and hi to all. Qapla Donald. Darth Maul says Air Force One. Yes, Air Force One. That was the Harrison Ford movie I was thinking about. Life with Matthew says Qapla Bird of Prey. Qapla Life with Matthew. And Mountains of Elysium says, and greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, defiler of cushions, hider from Lori, and scourge of the squirrels. Awoo! Yeah. Kronos says, that's a recording from Nicole, and I wouldn't have said she wouldn't have said it if she wasn't paid. Kronos, I don't know if she would have said it if she wasn't paid. You don't know if she wouldn't have said it if she wasn't paid. She just wouldn't have known where to send it. Kronos is squirrel. That's okay. Sassy doesn't care about squirrel. I mean, she cares about squirrels if they're outside, but she doesn't care about me saying the word squirrel. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey. Qapla Darth Maul. And random sci-fi fantasy movie trilogy. Yes, that's been sodomized ruthlessly by a woman as of recent. Yes, that's Harrison Ford. He might have been in some type of sodomized trilogy of trilogies. Kronos is, well, he was in two of the trilogies, one trilogy and one movie. Kronos is poor SJs, SJWs. Donald Myers says, greetings from Life with Matthew. Greetings. What? Oh, he's saying greetings to Life with Matthew. My bad. Mark Andy said, Ford, best noted for not giving AF during movie promotions. Rock Solid wants Dear Bop. John and Rocky says Rear Bop. Rear Pop. No, that's something very different. Mountains of Elysium says, it was from the trailer of Lower Decks. I don't dislike it. It looks enjoyable, even if it's not the same as what has gone before. It's certainly more fun than Discovery. Yes, it certainly looks like it. Rock Solid. Kronos, yeah, that was my phone. It's okay. Kronos is Bird of Prey. Your girlfriend said more stupid stuff again. When is the marriage? Who's my girlfriend in quotes? AOC? Did AOC say something stupid? I mean, she might have. She open her mouth. Admiral Saval says, yo, Qapla Admiral Saval. John Araki says, did not make me laugh once. Well, it didn't make me break out laughing. I'll grant you that. It chuckled. I got a chuckle at the holodeck waste extraction. I got a chuckle there. I got a chuckle at the end with the phaser being set to, not being set to stun. I got a couple of chuckles. Okay. It's very hard to make me break out laughing in a trailer. I don't know when the last time I ever saw a trailer that I literally laughed out loud for. It's just very difficult thing to do unless you're an established movie or something, right? That I know what you're joking about. But even the best comedies, I don't think I've ever seen a trailer that's made me laugh out loud at the trailer. Darth Maul says, Kronos, if you think about the South Park episodes with Indiana Jones and George Lucas, Kathleen Kennedy was in the wings when Ford changed to Han Solo. It's been screwed all over. Yep. And Kronos remembers that episode. John Araki says, donate to Bird so he doesn't have to riot to get bread like AOC says. Did she say I have to riot to get bread? I must have missed that one. Kronos is Bird of Prey. Have you set the stream to live chat? I did, Kronos. I did. Serve Tricktronics. Qapla says lower poo decks. No, not the poo decks. I think it's called the poop deck, and I don't think it's a lower deck. That was where Anti-Trekker spent most of his time when he was not in the Navy. He was in the Army. Never mind. John Araki says sup to Kronos and says Star Trek Upper Decker. We'll see. Darth Maul says, yeah, but the soup would just be water. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello today, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, and Sassy Qapla. Robert Rose, thank you. Mark Andy says, set pitchforks to kill. And they certainly have. And Uncle Remus says Star Trek lower standards. That's a good one. Even though we don't know it yet, but that if it turns out to be a sucky show, that will be a very funny. Pun. Kronos is Bird of Prey. You have sound insulation in the mines. Listen, don't worry about what we have. I'm just saying you don't hear any crying. Ozzy NF says, hello, Bird of Prey. How are things? Not bad, Ozzy. Not bad. Can't complain. I mean, I can complain, but today's not the day. Robert Rose says, from the Lower Decks trailer, I think I would rather watch Power Rangers Turbo movie than watch that garbage. Sure, welcome to have that opinion, Robert Rose. I don't know what's so offensive to people. Yes, she shot a phaser without the alarms going off. But let's face it, we've seen phasers shot on starships without the alarms going off. That's something that only happened in that one in Star Trek V. That I never saw that happen again. Now, sometimes somebody on bridge will say, oh, I sense a phaser, but the alarms don't go off. Then we don't know that the bridge didn't sense the phaser went off. We don't know what was going on. It looked like the ship was under repair or something. It looked like they were trying to fix the brig. So for all we know, somebody on the bridge already knows that she shot the phaser, but it doesn't make a difference. Yes, the white guy being the comic relief. Okay, I get it. It's unfortunately nothing new, but if that's where you want to make your stand, I get it. I'm not gonna fight you with it. But otherwise, I thought we saw the Trek universe I wanted to see. I mean, short of them doing a Deep Space Nine continuation, a TNG continuation would probably be the next best thing. Let me make sure these are not important. Like, you have no sound. Oh, okay. All good. John DeMarco says a silly Star Trek show isn't necessarily the problem. It's the contemporary adult style humor that I don't care for. Well, I didn't see too much adult style humor. Yes, we saw him naked and censored out at one part, but I mean, if anybody watched, what was it? How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother, which was an awesome comedy that Ciso Prey got me turned on to. Yeah, I didn't want to watch How You Met Your Mother for the first couple of seasons. Ciso Prey's like, you got to watch this. And then I really started liking it. How I Met Your Mother, which was on maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago. It was a great comedy, and it was a comedy, primetime comedy. And one of the episodes, they were talking about, pickup lines or ways to get women, and one of them was just called The Naked Man, and that's where, and they were doing it. Now, obviously, you didn't see everything. They had, parts covered by lamps and furniture. But basically, you're on a date, you go back to the girl's apartment, or you bring her back to yours, and she goes to get a drink or to change or something. And in that minute or two that she's away, you just take off all your clothes and you sit on her couch and you wait for her to get back. She sees you naked, and the thought was like 1 in 3 times she'll just say, "Yeah, okay," take off her clothes, and you guys get at it. Now, for the 2 out of 3 times it doesn't work, yeah, they get mad, they yell, they scream, and you got to get out. You're probably, half naked or fully naked when they throw you out of their apartment. But for the 1 in 3 chances it works, it saves a whole bunch of time. And so that was the part. It was a comedy bit, and it was a hilarious episode. So it seemed like they were doing that here. Now, it was funny when they did it on How I Met Your Mother. I don't know what the backstory is going to be on this series for it, but I'm not saying it's not adult. I mean, it's adult in that I wouldn't have, this is not made for kids. This is not made for kids. This is going to be an adult rated show, a PG, or, I mean, they don't go with movie, but PG or MA rated show. It's not made for kids. But I mean, if a 16-year-old was watching, is it the end of the world? No, it's not the end of the world. The guy, they'll probably censor it. And if they don't, it's a fucking cartoon, okay? In the Simpsons movie, you saw Bart Simpson's private parts, okay? Yeah. The Simpsons movie, Bart Simpson's private parts were shown because they did the whole thing where they did all this hiding of it. And then at the very last part, they didn't hide it because you're like, oh, it's a movie. They don't have to follow TV standards. So you saw a little animated, Bart Simpson junk on the screen for 10 seconds, like, oh my God. And then Flanders is like, oh, because he hit the window and Flanders was holding up a French fry that was blocking it. But yeah, I mean, people have seen, you can animate that. It's not the end of the world if somebody sees an animated junk flapping around or something. It happened. It doesn't mean the entire universe is going to collapse because somebody animated a penis. And you say, well, what, The Simpsons isn't for kids? Well, The Simpsons was never for kids, but I'm going to say I'm not going to let my teenager see The Simpsons movie? No, nobody, you have to be crazy to say that. Don Meyer says we need something just like Gene Roddenberry. We need someone just like Gene Roddenberry. Alex Kurtzman is probably a lot more like Gene Roddenberry than we think. Because Gene Roddenberry cared about money, number one. He didn't give a shit about canon. He said as much. Gene Roddenberry did not care about canon. It was the other Gene. It was Gene Kuhn and DC Fontana that steered the ship more towards canon. And they were the ones who set out what Vulcan was about, and Scotty, what's his face? Not Not the new one, the original Scotty. Oh my God, how did I forget his name? Oh my God, I forgot all their actors' names right now. Well, you got William Shatner, you got Nichelle Nichols, you got Leonard Nimoy, George Takei. Come on, come on. Montgomery Scott. No, that's his. How did I forget Scotty's real name? I'm having a brain drop right now. I need to do it. I need to Google it. Scotty real. I can't believe this. I feel like I should turn in. James Doohan. I didn't finish. I didn't write James Doohan. Okay, I figured it out. James Doohan helped write the Klingon language. Those were the people who made Trek. Gene Roddenberry's version of Star Trek was The Cage, and it sucked. It generally sucked. So yes, Gene Roddenberry, great. If he didn't exist, we would not have Star Trek. I give him all the credit in the world for the creation of Star Trek, but I do not give him credit for the continuation of Star Trek. Okay, when Gene Roddenberry was in control, we got the first 2 seasons of The Next Generation, which is a lot better than Discovery, but in the scheme of TNG, DS9, Voyager, the first couple seasons of TNG are probably the weakest in that link. So yeah, I don't overcreate. Gene Roddenberry is not what we need. We need a Gene Kuhn. We need a DC Fontana. We need a Leonard Nimoy even, or a James Doohan. That's what we need. Mountains of Elysium says the orphans have learned crying only brings them attention of the guards. Those who make noise soon learn the error of their ways. So I can't comment on that. Bongo Remus says throw Star Trek on the Doctor Who franchise junk pile. I'm not ready to do that yet. Kronos is Bird of Prey. In honor of Harrison's birthday, should we watch Crystal Skull today after Dear Bops? No. But good try. Captain Track says Qapla, Captain Track. Kronos says hey to Captain Track. Don Myers says hello to Captain Track. Kronos says the ship is named Doritos. No, it's named Cerritos, which apparently is a suburb of Los Angeles or something. It's a California class starship. And so the Yosemite is the shuttle, or one of the 3 shuttles on the ship, if the schematic is to be believed. So that's pretty cool. I mean, that's Yosemite. It's a California class, but it's this Cerritos. It's named after, I don't know, a suburb or a city in California that's near LA. So that's kind of weird that would be the name, that we would get that far in ship names, but it's supposed to be an unimportant ship. It's supposed to be a very old ship. It's a ship that's literally falling apart because it's so old and nobody gives a shit about it. So maybe it's the perfect name. Maybe in reality that it really is a perfect name. Because when I first heard of it, it's like, oh, they're going Hollywood. They're making it. But now that I realize that it's supposed to be a piece of junk ship, you know, to just name it like, I mean, it could have been called the Los Angeles, but for whatever reason, they're just calling it Cerritos. Qapla, Captain Track, I said that. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, that crying in the mines is really laughter and extreme enjoyment. This era happens. On another note, Joker is on his way to Karoga with his laughing venom. He just passed through Kurdistan. Star Trek Theory, Qapla Star Trek Theory, says Trek is about the best we can throw out there. It's not about hipster slackers who shouldn't be trusted with heavy equipment. Well, it's true. I mean, a lot of what we saw, you would think should have been weeded out and never should have got past Starfleet Academy. But, you know, we've seen slackers, for lack of a better word, on Star Trek Voyager. There were those people who, as Chakotay says, always there are people who would wash out of Starfleet, you know, after their first assignment. And on Voyager, these people had no choice. They had to stay on board. but they were basically just became, I don't know, losers. And, Janeway made a special exemption. She took special liking to these people to force them to come be part of the crew. Of course, we never saw them again, but at least she tried. So, maybe some of these people would wash out or will wash out. But, they're on their first assignments, presumably. And you can't be too, I wouldn't be too critical. I just saying, I wouldn't be too critical. This is not the Enterprise, right? They are not stationed on the Enterprise. They're not stationed on the flagship. They are literally stationed on the, probably the lowest ranked ship in the entire fleet. So you can't, every ship can't have the best of the best. We're used to seeing the best of the best, right? The Enterprise always had the best of the best. Voyager happened to have the best of the best, and then a lot of them died, and then they got replaced with some marquee. And then, of course, they became the best of the best because of their situation. Deep Space Nine, you know what? They didn't start out with the best of the best. Cisco became the best of the best over years of work. Bashir was straight out of med school. He was an arrogant asshole for the first few years, but he turned into the best of the best. Dax, she was a little arrogant too. She was pretty arrogant at the beginning. She turned into the best of the best. Then she died. And then we got Nicole DeBoer, who just was kind of handed it. Kira was a terrorist. Kira was a terrorist asshole, but she became the best of the best. Odo was lost and broken. He became best of the best. Worf was best of the best. He walked into that. That was good. And Quark was the best of the best as Ferengi go. So, I mean, we're used to seeing the best of the best. Now, when we don't see the best of the best, we have funny situations like Rom. Rom was not best of the best. Nog wasn't best of the best at the start. Jake wasn't best of the best. We get those, but they exist. Those people exist in the Star Trek universe. So this is a ship that's going to show them off. I'm not upset about that. I'm looking forward to it. Captain Trax is Bird of Prey. How can you defend this shit show? If you like Rick and Morty, but this is not Trek. I don't know. I never seen Rick and Morty. Now I will grant you, it's not Trek as we've seen it, Captain Trek. I agree. This is not Trek as we've seen it, but it's going to be a new Trek. It's going to be a different Trek. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm not going to pretend that I can tell you right now that I know for certain it's not going to work. There's a chance it does. I'm not defending Lower Deck saying it's good. I'm defending Lower Deck saying I don't know yet if it's good. And I don't want people telling me they already know it's crap, because you don't. You might have a very good guess. And like I said, if Vegas was given even odds, if, for every dollar you bet, you were going to get $1 back, then yes, I would bet against it. But nobody's doing that. So there's nothing set in stone here. Kronos says smiley to Darth Maul. Joseph says greetings from the future. Greetings, Joseph. Hopefully you're not long asleep. Captain Trax says hey to Kronos. Positive Candor says Bird of Prey, what do you think about the new Star Wars animated series, The Bad Batch? Absolutely nothing, Positive Candor. I don't watch Star Wars animated anything. I've never watched any Star Wars animated anything. I hope it's good. I hope it's good for the Star Wars fans' sake, but it's not going to be me. Positive Candor says STFU. Captain Track says, I am doing good. Thanks. Less pain today. Well, that's good to hear, Captain Track. Guys, I hope you're joking. Mark Andy, Ruffles, TM, and Worf have ridges. Yes, Ruffles and Worf has ridges, and so does the Lower Decks Klingon. Star Trek Theory says Rick and Morty suck. Again, I wouldn't know. I've never watched. John DeMarco says the aesthetics looked accurate. I'll give them that, but otherwise I wasn't impressed by the trailer. I was impressed by the animation of the ship. I mean, we got some pretty... I wish the ship looked better itself. I wish it was like... I know it's supposed to be the dumbest ship or the worst ship in the fleet. So I kind of wish it was like a broken a broken Galaxy class. Like a Galaxy class with one warp nacelle. And like half the ship had life support down. And like that was the ship that they would just go on missions with. But short of that, okay, it was a nice looking ship. The animation was wonderful. And if we ever see a nice ship, if we ever see a Galaxy class or the Enterprise E or something come by, because the Enterprise E exists in this universe, that would be wonderful to see in that animation style, because it looked good. Donald Myers says, Captain Track, wonderful news is also a great when we aren't in pain. Absolutely. Absolutely. Star Trek Theory says Kirk would airlock that whole bunch. He might, but it's not the Enterprise. Kronos says, Joseph, hey, time, dude. Ozzy says, no, he wouldn't. Joseph says, Donald Myers, hello. Star Trek Theory says, yeah, he wouldn't put up with it. John Street says, did Bird of Prey 2 lose his mind after he watched Lower Decks? I didn't lose my mind. I don't think I did. And I haven't watched Lower Decks. I've only watched the trailer for Lower Decks. Rock Solid says, uh-oh, did Bird of Prey just say he was #MeToo? I don't think I said that, Rock Solid. I don't say. Chrono says, damn white people. John DeMarco says, Bird lost his mind a long time ago. John Street says, Bird of Prey, Futurama is a cartoon form of Married with Children. No, it's not. I mean, it does have Peggy. And that episode they did where Leela met the owl, the alien named Al, and it became Married with Children. That was hilarious. Captain Trax is positive candor. You have your opinion. Yes, we people. Everybody has their own opinion. Don't force your opinions onto other people. Donald Myers says, I don't think it will hurt at least to give Lower Decks a chance, especially just for one episode. Absolutely not. No, don't, if you don't have a free, if you don't want to give CBS All Access money or you don't have a free trial left, I get it. Then don't watch. Wait till what I say. Wait till what other people say. I'm not saying go out and buy. I'm definitely not saying go out and buy CBS All Access to watch this show. Absolutely not. Don't give them a dime. But I will pay. I will watch it. And I will let you know what I think. Then you can make your own decision. And people in Canada, it's going to be on regular TV for you, on Sci-Fi Channel, on cable. So if you have cable in Canada, apparently you're going to get it anyway. Good. So, half, but a good chunk of the audience can see it without having to pay extra for it. It's also going to stream on Crave in Canada, whatever that means. Donald Myers says, I think it will hurt. Yeah, I don't think it will hurt. Jeff B says, give it a chance, Bird of Prey, but others likely will prejudice. Yeah, well, it's going to happen. Dan23 says, the posters for this show have a Klingon Bird of Prey in them. Exactly. A real Klingon Bird of Prey. Not a 25% different Klingon Bird of Prey. Not a 25% different space dock. Right? They have clearly what's a Klingon Bird of Prey. They have clearly what's space dock. And they have some clearly other random Starfleet ships. They have TNG shuttles. These are not 25% different things. Just pointing it out. I don't know if they had to license them or the fact that they're animated is enough of a difference, but this is what we wanted. At least it's what I wanted. Resolute said I'd at least 15-1 bet on Lower Decks being good. Well, if it was Vegas, then Vegas would never give 1-to-1 odds on Lower Decks being good, right? It would be like, you put up $4, and if it's good, if it's bad, you'd get $1 extra, right? It would be a bad bet. I wouldn't take that bet. But if they were giving even odds, yeah, I would bet on it being bad. But being we're not in a Vegas betting situation, I'm just going to wait and see. There's no harm in waiting to see. Yeah, Dan, unfortunately, I don't know how to watch in the UK yet either. They have not mentioned any international distributor. So that really sucks. I mean, you would think Amazon or Netflix, either one of them would want to take it, being Amazon's already got Picard and Netflix already has Discovery. Why? It would be a no-brainer. One of them should pick this up. But to be this far along, we're a month out from it premiering, and neither one have picked it up. That tells me that Amazon was not happy with Star Trek Picard. And we already know Netflix is not happy with Star Trek Discovery, and that's why they didn't take Picard. If Netflix was happy with Discovery, they'd have had Picard too. So we know without a doubt Netflix is mad at CBS because of Discovery, and we pretty much know without a doubt that Amazon is mad at CBS for Picard. So it's a pretty shitty situation to be in, that nobody wants to pick it up for international rights a month before it premieres. Less than a month. Not Ryan Johnson says hello in Qapla. Hello in Qapla. Surf Trick Chong says I would drop a G on the unders. Yeah, well, if only we could. Captain Trek asks Cronus what he's up to. Star Trek Theory says, it's going to suck balls. Come on, man. Star Trek Theory, if I had to bet, I would say probably. But why? Why should I come out and say it's going to be terrible before I've seen a single episode or even 5 minutes of it? Who wins? Who benefits? Who benefits from me coming out and saying, I know this is going to suck balls, don't watch it? I don't benefit. You don't benefit. They don't benefit. Nobody benefits. Tell me how I benefit. I don't see how it happens. I don't see how that helps anybody. Now, I watched the first episode and it's trash, then absolutely. I will be there saying every episode. And I'll be rating them zeros like I did Star Trek Discovery, if that's what I need to do. But I don't know. If they send me a first episode, I'll tell you what I think about it. Captain Trax is resolute. Hey, how are you? Dan23 says the blast shield is one thing that is best in the trailer, in my opinion. Actually, I thought... See, I don't understand about this. And because they're trying to, you're going woke. Fine, whatever. But then they go out of their way to make the woman look completely incompetent. I mean, how is this progressive, right? How is this feminist? How is this it's like they're going out of the way to make the woman look especially incompetent. Now, we know from the writing, the guy's supposed to be the incompetent one, but the woman's the one who assaults the dude at the beginning to get physically assaults him to get his captain's log. That was his personal property that they didn't want to give up. So she does an assault, and by the end, she almost kills him by having the phaser set to kill. Only by blind luck does it not kill him that the force field was up. And then in the shuttle, she's acting like a 2-year-old, singing a song, raising and closing the blast shield when he just wants to do his work. So it makes her look like the worst possible officer. Now that is completely against, everything I've been told about SJWs, right? I thought they'd want to make her look, that's not Michael Burnham, okay? That is not what Michael Burnham does. Michael Burnham is supposed to be, the best of the best. And this lady she's made so many mistakes in 2 minutes that she's a laughing stock. So in one respect, yes, they went woke. In another respect, it's almost like they're making fun of their own wokeness. I don't know if you understand that, but they made her incompetent. She does no favors for making women appear to be equals. She does no favors for making women appear to be, as competent as men on a starship. She doesn't look like she's ever going to become a captain with where she's starting out. Now, maybe she'll grow and maybe, something will change her to make her more serious. But from what we've seen of her, she's probably the most dangerous person on that ship. Captain Trek agrees with Star Trek theory. John DeMarco says, I'm not saying that the show is definitely going to be bad, but the impression I get from it is not promising. I get that, John. I get that. Aravic Sonder donated $2 super chat, says the sound effects are accurate. 2 TNG cameos, please. Thank you so much, Aravic. And yes, there very well could be some TNG cameos in this. It was talked about. I mean, I would love if there was some DS9 cameos, some Voyager cameos. Since this takes place shortly after the events of Star Trek Nemesis, basically everyone we remember from 90s Trek is a possibility. Anyone who's still alive from TNG, DS9, or Voyager is a possibility of showing up in Lower Decks, being mentioned, coming on the ship, or anything, being on a communication. You never know. You never know. So that's a giant pool from which to pull. And Worf, Michael Dorn, he said he's not going to go through 8 hours of makeup for a 5-minute cameo. But for a cartoon, they just need his voice. There's no makeup, right? So he could do it. We might see Worf in Lower Decks, and it would be fine because he would just have to give his voice to the character. He wouldn't have to put on 8 hours of makeup. So that's a possibility. Or any of the aliens. Unfortunately, the people we can't see anymore are Rene Auberjonois and Aaron Eisenberg, Nog and Odo, but because they passed away. But other than that, anyone else you can think of, they're open. Joseph says, positive candor and Captain Trek. Please, gentlemen, please no drama. Good evening and positive thoughts. Absolutely. Chronos says, Captain Trek, not much, just saying cool and watching DS9. Very cool, Chronos. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, why do you keep misstating my name? It's Star Trek Lower Standards. It's not Lower Standards yet. Captain Trek says, I am good. Okay, doesn't want drama. Uncle Remus says, Bird of Prey, maybe Kurtzman should develop a DS9 animated spin-off. You know what? Let's see how this one goes. If it goes well, maybe he should. Although it's not Kurtzman so much as this Mike. I forgot his last name. Mike whatever. Mike Marathon. Something like that. And that's the guy who's really been developing it. Kurtzman, as far as I hear, is like is behind the scenes. He's not really involved. And the Fed doc Qapla donated $4 Australian. Says defending Lower Decks. Spartha or Pilum. Bird. I know Sparta, but what's Pilum? I don't know. And Pilum. What's Pilum? The Pilum is a javelin commonly used by the Roman army in ancient times. Huh. So I thought, wait, that's not Sparta, that's Sparta. Oh, that's a type of straight longsword. Excuse me, Sparta. I'll take the sword. I'll take the is it Spather? Spather? I've never heard it pronounced. I'll take the Spather, the Fed. Thank you so much. Robert Rose says, any Star Trek Generations wonder what happened to the Moriarty hologram? Well, after Star Trek Generations, wonder what happened to Moriarty hologram. My guess is they transferred the Moriarty hologram off of the Enterprise at their earliest convenience. It's probably in that, quantum reserve, whatever bank that they Picard walked into at the beginning of Star Trek Picard. It's probably there with all the other knickknacks from the Enterprise. Star Trek Theory says Moriarty is making holoporn now. Jeff B. don't understand why a comedic animation is not for kids. Because, Jeff B., there's been adult cartoons for 30 plus years. Hell, the Flintstones was made for an adult audience in the beginning. The Simpsons was not geared towards kids. I mean, yes, a lot of kids watched it. But today, it's not a kid's cartoon. South Park, it's not a kid's cartoon. It's adults. You're not supposed to have kids watching South Park. I assume Rick and Morty is an adult cartoon. Archer is an adult cartoon. There's a lot of cartoons that are animated that are not made for kids anymore. Animation and kids are not locked in, okay? I mean, yes, a lot of cartoons are made for kids. But then, Generation X and Y or the millennials and even the Zs grew up watching cartoons. And, we didn't want to stop watching cartoons. We didn't want to watch the same cartoons we were watching as kids, but we didn't necessarily want to stop watching cartoons. And they're easy to make. They're relatively cheap to make. And you can tell a good story with a much lower budget. So there's positives. It's just the way it is. I don't know how else to say it. Just because it's comedic and animation doesn't mean it's for kids. For John DeMarco says, having the spirit of Trek is key. I don't have a problem with comedy if the spirit is there. And we won't know if the spirit is there until we see more of the show. Donald Meyer says, I think we need a Trek funny to help us deal better with the changes in our planet is going through these days, and help Star Trek continue, specifically if it's good. Yes, I agree. LDG says, Bird of Prey, minus it looks like there's only one lower deck. I will give lower decks a chance. Okay. That is true. There is one lowest deck. That's... Joseph says, I am with Bird. I want to watch it. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Captain Trax is rock solid. I love your name. Not Ryan Johnson. Says, when it comes to current Star Trek, Bird is a glutton for punishment. I am. I've told you guys, if they put Star Trek on the name, I'm going to watch it. I have to. I've been too long. I've put too much in to abandon it now. Fortien says, hello, Bird of Prey. It's World. Qapla. I will probably watch Lower Decks, but I don't have high hopes. You know what, Fortien? Neither do I. But I will watch Lower Decks. But I will wait. We'll see. I will tell you guys. Star Trek Theory says the best 2 minutes you got suck. If the best 2 minutes you got suck, the rest of it will suck. I disagree that a trailer is always the best 2 minutes. I can make a lot of movies that the trailer was never the best 2 minutes. Piano Dean wants to watch it. Absolutely, Piano Dean. As I would think most Trek fans want to. Rock Solid says Captain Trek because it's rock solid. Mr. Lundell's Groovy Movies. Let me guess, Miss Lundell, you're not going to be for it either. Says Bird of Prey, you're capitulating before the first salvo has been fired. I'm not capitulating. I'm just saying I want to see it. Miss Lundell, if I see it and it's terrible, I will let you know. Right? I came into Star Trek Picard and I liked the first episode. I liked the second episode. I liked the third episode. But by the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th episode, I was like, this is terrible. This is not good. LDG says, hey, all, sorry I didn't stream today. I've been dealing with things. Monday, it's Monday. It's expected, but I will be with you later. Okay, LDG. Hope everything's okay. John DeMarco says, however, as Anti-Trekker would say, Rick and Morty is nihilistic show. I hope they are not bringing its attitude to lower decks. I've never seen Rick and Morty. Jeff B says, give it 2 to 3 episodes. It may surprise. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't care. I don't think anybody who's a true Trek fan is not going to watch it. Or at least watch somebody who reviews it. If you're a Trek fan, you're going to be curious. And if unanimously, me, Anti-Trekker, and I don't know, a few other people who are going to watch it, come back and say, oh my God, it's actually good Trek. It's the best Trek we've seen since Enterprise. And, we think it's worth getting a 1-month subscription or whatever it is, 2-month subscription to CBS All Access to watch it. I would suspect many people would. Or at least they'd find it somehow, some way. And Cronus says, oh wow, Bird of Prey is behind in chat. Yeah, I'm way behind. Star Trek Theory says nihilism is not Trek. It's not, you've got to have more than nihilism. Nihilism can't be everything. But could nihilism occasionally be part of Trek? Of course. It's like moderation. Captain Trek says, I have a suggestion, Rock Solid, Star Trek lowest standards. And Rock Solid says that's Discovery or TOS. You see, you're cohorting with somebody who thinks the original series is the worst Star Trek series ever made. Josh Reed says Bird was just too lazy and he rewatching Lower Decks and he was rewatching Lower Decks and STD. I have not rewatched STD. I watched the Lower Decks trailer 2 or 3 times. Dan23 says Star Wars announced a new animated show with characters from the Clone Wars season 7. Okay, well, I said Star Wars really isn't my thing. If it's not the main movies, I really don't. Unfortunately, I really don't care. Even The Mandalorian, I don't care. Resolute Germ says, Bird of Prey, I'm going to let you take the bullet and watch Lower Decks. If the reviews go well, I'll give season 2 a try. Well, thank you, Resolute, I guess. Huh?
Oh, whenever you.
I got a ways of chat to go yet. Star Trek Theory's got to get back to work. Talk to you later, Star Trek Theory. What's in the box? Oh, never mind. No, it's not a severed head. It's supposed to be the Wrangler class. Damn, you're unboxing my thing. No, Rock Solid. I'm unboxing the Wrangler class. What do you have? Some? Yeah. Okay. All right, I've got a tray to unbox into when I'm ready. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. I will give Lower Decks a chance. Well, thank you. Captain Track says, okay, given the chance, Roxanne, you had to watch one, TOS or Disco. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. We are getting Starfleet's Garbage Cow and Karoga class from Anti-Trekker. We might be, and maybe it's time. Maybe it's time we unbox it. John DeMarcos' Bird of Prey said Rick and Morty humor is not a good fit for Trek. I heard you, but I still haven't seen it. And Surf Trektronics says, how much did the Wrangler cost? $595. Haha. It didn't cost me anything. I got an exclusive free version of it. Oh man. The chat just jumped quite a bit. Okay. Donald Myers says, Kronos, I think it's the ship that Anti-Trekker made with the printer. Absolutely, it is. So, Okay. Press firmly to seal. Okay. Oh, let's see. Wait then. Okay. And you guys see. Okay. Well, you've got a lot of bubble tape in here. Okay. He has a little bubble tape. What do we got here? It's heavy. I'll tell you that. Okay. We got warp engines. We got warp engines. He did say I have to crazy glue things together. Okay. Warp engines seem to be okay. Um, okay. We got a stand and it says Wrangler Class Light Missile Frigate. I think he spelled it correctly. That's a pretty cool stand. Transparent blue. Okay. Did he put 2 ships in here? I think he did. Yes, he did. That was very nice of him. I think this is the other ship he was making. The Defiant class replacement. Okay, so then these must be okay, we got bigger warp nacelles for this one. So we've got 2 ships. We got 2 ships for the price of none. But we do have a little problem. I see little pieces have broken off. Oh, geez. A little piece is broken off. Actually, maybe not even 2. Yeah. Okay, so well, you can see the bottom here. This is supposed to hold the bottom nacelle. I assume that's the bottom. Yeah, that's the bottom. The top nacelle has broken off in shipping. So I've got the top piece here, and the other piece seemed to have shattered into many little pieces. So unfortunately, okay, so this is how this would look if it was glued down, and then the other one would be on top here. But yeah, I can't. Well, I'll have to see if I can glue something in its place. So Anti-Trekker, if you're watching this, well, I bet if he hadn't sent the other ship, the packing probably would have been fine. I feel bad, but we got our other ship. I assume it's the other ship. So let's take out. It was very, very nice of him. I feel bad. Sorry. Oh, these are 4 engines. That's right. This one's got 4 nacelles. These are bigger nacelles. Wow, these are nice nacelles. So let's see. How would these go? See, he needs some instructions. I'm guessing. No, Sassy, this isn't for you, baby. This isn't for you. I'm guessing they just glue on. There's 4 of them. Well, Anti-Trekker, if you ever make another version of this, maybe put a little notch in to attach them. But yeah, okay, I could see with crazy glue, they would glue on okay. So I'm gonna have to spend some little time crazy gluing this all together. But I forget the name of this class, but he sent one. Thank you so much, Anti-Trekker. I gotta say, it's a very heavy ship for its size. It's a very solid ship. This wouldn't crack. Yeah, I'm sure it's just because he stuffed the 2 in the box. I'm sorry. I wish I had better news. But we will work on gluing this together, and hopefully for Friday, I will have a actual glued together version of. Huh? I'm too nice. Why? Tell him the truth.
It just standing service follow.
Mavo Frey is saying I'm being too nice. This is just Turtistan equality ships. Well, I'll tell you, these weren't made by Kurogans. I'll tell you that much. A new take. Yeah, she's joking.
How far can I get in without getting
You know we're close to being on camera. Okay.
I will put.
Yeah, we'll work on that. Oh, that's not. Yeah, well, little shattered plastic never destroyed anything. Kronos says I assume too much about Nicole, and yes, I see the dear bops. I see the dear bops. Roxas says, "God damn it, Bird of Prey! Star Trek Lower Standards is my thing. I came up with it." Okay, I mean I've seen it across some YouTube channels the last day, but I will give it to you, Rock Solid. Miss Lindell says, "Bird of Prey, we just not accustomed to Star Trek fleet officers being so stupid and firing a phaser at a force field and playing with buttons in a shuttle." I agree. We're not. But did it never happen? Yeah, we never see the lower decks we rarely see the lower deck officers when they're not, in front of command officers trying to put on their best face. Captain Trekker's Bird of Prey, Star Trek Lower Standards is something that Rock Solid Productions created and is like eating garbage dressed like Trek and calling it a good meal. Resolute says, How I Met Your Mother was one of the worst shows ever made by humans. It was almost as bad as Friends. No, Friends was terrible. I did not watch, I don't think I ever watched a full episode of Friends. I certainly didn't enjoy watching Friends. How I Met Your Mother, though, was funny. Plus, it had Lily, who was hot, at least before she got pregnant. Dan23 says, Deep Space Nine. Quark fires a Starfleet phaser in a force field when he's stuck in the security office. There you go. But of course, that was a Cardassian station, so who knows? Piano Dean says, hello, Captain Track. I am good. I'm uploading my Dear Bop song to YouTube now. Oh, very cool, Piano Dean.
Yeah.
And Momo donated $1 and got kissing Dax. Awesome. Thank you, Momo. Momo says, I am watching. I am learning. I will be the lone vengeance. Oh no. Momo sounds angry. I'd hate to be I'd hate to be Momo. And Piano Dean just uploaded a video. And it says, Dear Bop. Wow, okay. Well, Piano Dean, you'll have to let me know if it's something I can play now or later or what. Piano Dean says, I'm sorry, Captain Track says, Bird of Prey. I read that. Moxley fan, Qapla Moxley fan says, hello. Hello, Moxley fan. And hello to chat. Dan23 says, Wesley Crusher shoots a Type 1 phase with a force field in TNG the game. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Captain Track is looking forward to hearing Piano Dean's song. We all are. Adega Outlaw Qapla says, Hail Bop. Hail Adega. Dan23 says, an animated ding dong. Dan23 says, coming up next, Chuck Berry singing, I Want You to Play with My Ding-a-ling. 14 says, the cage was ace. I don't think so. I don't think it was ace, but whatever. I mean, listen, it wasn't terrible, but it was, I mean, as TOS episodes go, it was not one of the better TOS episodes. Joseph, there's plenty of animated and porn, yes. Joseph, Japan is full of it, says 14. Resolute says, Bird of Prey, sad you had to cheat off Rock Solid to get James Doohan. I didn't cheat. It took a while, but I got it. Rock Solid says, Resolute Germ, Rock Solid is better classic Trek fan than Bird of Prey confirmed. No. No. 14 says that he's doing good. Josh reads his Momo Prey. How much to make Bird watch Crystal Skulls all night long? She's outside, so, and she would say she wouldn't force me to. She wouldn't force me to. Ms. Lundell says, California class sounds real freaking stupid. It does. It does sound stupid. I'll grant you that. Dan23 says, Doctor Who had a feature-length animation with David Tennant and one with Matt Smith, but they're not canon. Piano Dean just donated $2 and says, you can play it, but you will get a copyright claim. Well, that's fine, because I already get a copyright claim for Bed Life until they decide to give up on it. Very cool. So let's head over, because I need a minute anyway. And we will, oh man, okay. Let's see. Okay. We'll go to, oh my God. I just saw there are now over 18 Dear Bops. Okay, hold on. Let me, oh, I gotta put this to this. I also going to turn off the camera for a sec so I can hear it. Okay, guys. Oh. Let's hear and watch Piano Dean's latest song, Dear Bop.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Dear Bob turned out to be a bunch of lies. He was Berta Brave 5 in disguise. You know he doesn't treat defectors well. He locked me up in a Kurogan jail cell. Dippa, Dippa. Now the anti-trekker knew dear Bob was a fraud. He had Thomas Potts in the Turtlestanny Rescue Squad. When they broke me out, Vertebrae was annoyed. He chased us but crashed into an asteroid. Ha! Dippa, Dippa. Dear Bob, now he's a big flop. Just a liar on a laptop. Thought he owned me, but he did not. Helped me escape the bird cop. Then bird became a grease spot. Dear Bob, I'm free from you, dear Bob. Free from you, dear Bob, dear Bob. AT gave me a new job, Turtlestanny secretary of art. I don't have to push a mop. Champagne bottles always pop, and we drink till the last drop. Thank God, I'm dear Bob. Oh, dear Bob. Oh, dear Bob.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Okay. Well, Piano Dean, that was such an interesting song. Okay. Okay. I see how it is. I see how it is. You picked your side. Okay. You want to live in Turtestan? You think Anti-Trekker is going to keep giving you that champagne? No. You just fell for the oldest trick in the book. Like if you went to North Korea and Kim, what's his face, was like, oh yeah, you should come live in North Korea. Oh look, we've got plenty of food and nobody's getting whipped and here I'll give you champagne and you can live in this beautiful building I built just for you. And you would be like, oh yes, this is much better than America where I have to work. And then you get there and then he's like, oh yeah, by the way, this was temporary. You really live in box 802 and I'm going to need all your belongings. And in the morning, somebody's going to come and take 10% of your skin. Yeah, your skin. They're going to cut 10% of your skin off because we need the skin. And we'll be back next week for another 10%. So hopefully you grow skin faster than we need it. Thanks. Bye. That's what would happen. That's going to be your life in Turtestan. Now the United Nations donated $1 while the song was playing, although I suspect this might be fake. It says, we have seen your crimes and demand you step down and hand yourself over to Interpol, or we will send angry letters. This is your first of 500 warnings before we do anything. You know what? That might be the United Nations. Actually, that sounds about right. And North Korea donated $1, which I'm sure is going to have terrible repercussions for my taxes. And says, we love you, Birdo Prey. I'm pretty sure it was all fake. And then Piano Dean, such treachery, man. Such treachery. Fine. Okay. Okay, so you're done with Karoga. You want to live in Kurdistan. We'll see. We'll see. We'll give you 30 days. 30 days from today, August 13th, a month from today. August 13th, we'll see. We'll see if living in Kurdistan is really all it's cracked up to be, or if you made the biggest mistake of your life. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, how dare you call Dax arrogant? It's not arrogance when you can back it up. No, she was a bit arrogant when she first got there. Adega says, Bop is the best of the best. Thank you, Adega. Joseph says, the Maquis are not Marquis. Fortian says, Captain Worf equal top man. Chronos says, Bird of Prey, please say Mario. But that's, you said, please say Mario. Resolute Germs says, Bird of Prey, watch 3 episodes of Rick and Morty and then tell us how you feel about Lower Deck's chances. No, I don't really feel like watching Rick and Morty. Robert Rose says, Major Kira was a freedom fighter, not a terrorist. Calling her a terrorist might as well call the whole American Revolution a terrorist campaign then. She called herself a terrorist. Fortian Barber says, Bird of Prey, so you confirm you don't watch Star Trek. Of course I watch Star Trek. Kurogan Murder Squad donated $1. Said, we're headed to South Carolina, my lord. Hail Kuroga. What? No. I'm not sending the murder squad after Piano Dean. No, don't. That's fake news. Josh Street says, everyone unsubscribe to Bird of Prey. He called Star Wars Star Trek. I did slip up at that. And then Josh Street laughs. Dead D Zone. Qapla Dead D Zone, if you're still here. Dead Zone. Oh, Dead Zone. Excuse me. Dead Zone. Hal Slusher says, wokey. Qapla Hal. I'm skipping some chats unless they have that Bird of Prey 5 in them, because I am so far behind. Roxanne says, it's not good for you. It's not good for me. It's not good for the whales. Well, we'll see. We'll see, Rock Solid. Piano Dean says, feminist. Dan23 says, to use the BBC iPlayer app, you need a TV license. No. Not in America, you don't. Tiki of Doom says, Bird of Prey, Logic, and SJW. Seriously, I know. Surf Trictronic says, so-and-so Joe. And then that was Arabic Sander, which was so long ago. Oh my God. I'm 40 minutes behind in chat still. Captain Track is yelling, Dear Bop. Surf Trictronics is yelling, so-and-so Joe. Okay, we're going to the app Bird of Prey 5. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey 2020. There are a lot of cartoons today that are animated compared to cartoons that aren't animated. Cartoons without animation are called pictures. Did I say non-animated cartoons? I meant non-adult cartoons. Adult cartoons versus non-adult cartoons. Sorry. Dan23 says, in Star Trek Nemesis, William Riker was in a fight with an alien on a deck, a low deck, yet he pushed the alien down in this area and the guy was falling. I don't recall that specific scene, but I'm not surprised. Josh Reed says, I'm from 5 days in the future. Bird of Prey is still behind in the chat. Yes, I see the Dear Bop requests. Roxanne says, Bird of Prey, no, unboxings are my thing. You're stealing my gimmick. You unbox. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice. You unbox video games. Oh. Is that better? No, that's not good. Excuse me. Well, I don't know how much longer I'm going to have a voice for, so let's keep going. Kronos is the chat jump, bird of prey, skipping chats, cheater. Well, I'm sorry. Kronos says, I'd love bird of prey to use crazy glue. I've used crazy glue. Rock Solids is bird of prey, 2 ships, 1 to play, 1 to display. Josh Reed says, lol, only when bird of prey gets little ships, he breaks them. I didn't break this one. The male did. Mr. Lundell says, bird of prey, please tell Anti-Trekker not to sully the name of Cisco's pimp hand with his wild imagings of what spaceships should look like. He's not actually called the Defiant. He called it the Renegade? No. It was the Wrangler and I don't know, something with an R. The Renegade. That was the Renegade class. Kronos says, don't let Sassy eat him. No, we can't let Sassy eat the Star Trek model. John Street says, bird of prey, remember to wipe your hands after gluing the ships together before Jaloja. Absolutely. John Street says, but bird of prey, it has been made in Karoga on the sand. No, it doesn't. Rock Solid says, Friends art was awesome just for Jennifer Aniston. Not enough. Chris Berzer says, Qapla, bird of prey, hail, Mama Prey, Sassy, a true ruler of Karoga. Thank you, Chris. Dear Bops, request, Piano Dean. Josh Reed says, that look on bird of prey's face says it all. I guess this is while the song was playing. Rambling Canuck says, hello, bird of prey, and all Qapla, Rambling Canuck. Piano Dean says, bird of prey, oh God, what have I done? It's okay. You chose a side, Piano Dean. You chose a side. Mike Richards says, another bird of prey, true story. Piano Dean says, bird of prey, I did write a pro-Karogan version, but oh my God, it would be a biatch to record again. Haha. Well, maybe you could release the lyrics or something. I don't know. Rock Solid says, we never getting a Dear Bob. We'll get to Dear Bob. I don't know if we'll get through all of them, but we'll get to them. Josh Street says, everyone start putting bird of prey in the chat, so bird of prey has to stay on the air longer. Joseph says, bird of prey, I think Corona had side effects on Piano Dean. That could be. Rock Solid says, bird of prey, unboxed whatever I get. I unbox whatever I get sent. Well, everybody unboxes what they get sent. And I must have jumped over a ton of chats because I'm at the end of chat. So that sucks. I'm sorry if I missed your chat, but let's get to Dear Bops. Because, man, there seems to be a bunch of them. And I'm losing my voice. And I'm getting a pain in my side. And it's one of those days. Okay, well, I will skip to this one from Gary, since it's right in the middle. It says, Karogan Mechanics. Now, is this the handiwork of Karogan Mechanics? And a screenshot. It would appear... Yes, it would appear to be a tree stump attached to, not attached, but wedged up against the roof of the car to hold the wheel well from cracking through the rusted out rear quarter of this truck. Yes, I'm not going to say it's Karogan mechanic, but a Karogan engineer may well have devised that as an emergency a last-ditch emergency effort to make the vehicle drivable. And you know what? I suspect it worked. I suspect they were able to get to a safe place and then later take this picture. So job well done, guys. You know, as engineers, we can't always have ideal circumstances. So it's fine, you know, thinking outside the box. That's what you're supposed to do. You know, when you have to. Not all the time. Dear Bob. Oh no, excuse me. Dear Shemale O'Prey. Well, this is the wrong person. I'm receiving a lot of emails advertising penis enlargement. I'm tempted to have the procedure, but I'm not sure if I really need it. Would it be okay if I come around and you can give me some personal attention and advice? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do not come here. I don't send pic. I don't want to know. If you think you need it, you probably need it. So just go ahead and get it. Rock Solid says that's a Jeep thing. No wonder I don't understand. Carlos says bird of prey technically sniffing is a way of using crazy glue. That's true. You could sniff the crazy glue. Piano Dean says I uploaded the wrong version. Son of a bitch. Oh, is that what happened, Piano Dean? Well, I mean, you could always upload the right version. I don't know. There's no murder squad on the way, so you don't have to rush. Dear Bop, if you had the option, which would you play? Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2, or Smash Brothers? I always liked Mortal Kombat better than the original Street Fighter 2. That said, since I played Mortal Kombat 2, 3, 4, you know, I haven't played the original Street Fighter 2 in a long time. Given the option right now, I'd probably play Street Fighter 2 just because I haven't played any version of Street Fighter in like 20 years, where I have played Mortal Kombat more recently. But at the time, I was a Mortal Kombat kid. I much preferred Mortal Kombat to Street Fighter 2. And that was with Dad O'Prey having an actual Street Fighter 2 in the garage at times. Dear Bob, I would like to travel. Visiting Quiroga seems like an inexpensive trip. What are the odds of being trapped in the mines if I visit? Since both of my parents are dead, would I be considered an orphan even though I'm an adult? No. Once you're over 18, you're not an orphan. So even if your parents have passed, unfortunately, I'm sorry for you, but you will not be considered an orphan. You have a very little chance of being, let's see, what did you say? Trapped. Very little chance of being trapped in the mines. I mean, I'm sorry, by trapped, you mean sent to. And, you know, we don't generally use the mines as punishment for outsiders. Even if you committed a crime, you'd probably get a more typical, like, incarceration type sentence than the mines. And depending on your physical abilities and stuff, you know, you need you as a house servant or something. But yeah, unlikely you'd go to the mines. You should definitely come. Quiroga loves tourists. Quiroga loves its tourists. We love them so much, we don't always let them leave. Dear Scottish O'Prey, is it true that Scottish guys wear nothing under their kilts? Aye. Do you know what the right type of underwear to wear under your kilt? Nothing. It's got to be airy under there. That's the whole point of wearing a kilt. If I wanted to wear underwear, I wouldn't wear the kilt. Aye. Any Scotsman can tell you. Any true Scotsman, he does not wear any underwear under his kilt. Now, bathing suits sometimes, you know, if there's little kids around and they're below the height of the kilt, you have to wear the bathing suit. But other than that, yeah, no, don't allow little kids around kilted men to get nasty surprise. Dear Bob, One of the problems with lower standards, lower decks, is that we've been burned. We've been burnhammed. We've been burnhammed. White man bad. Down with the patriarchy. Down with cis white men. I get that. And that is a problem. But it is not necessarily it does not necessarily make a show bad that it's woke. Now it doesn't do well. It doesn't bode well. But it doesn't go 1 and 1. Woke and bad is not 100%. There is a Venn diagram where there is some stuff that are woke and not bad, and some things that are woke and good. It's not everything is woke and bad. It's just the way life is. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. This could be both. It could be. It's definitely woke. I don't know about good or bad though yet. Yosef says, "Smost midnight." Good night, folks. Take care, Yosef. Qapla, have fun. Hopefully, you're still enjoying your vacation. Chrono says, "Later from the past." Dear Bop, is there a MacDonald in Karoga? Well, there's McDonald's, yes. McDonald. I don't know what MacDonald is, if that's some type of Kurdistani ripoff to get away from paying the franchise fee. They don't sell, they don't sell Big Macs. They spell, big turds or something. It's possible. They don't have Ronald McDonald. They have Anti-Trekker. They just have Anti-Trekker in their commercials. They don't have the Hamburglar either. They just have Anti-Trekker stealing from children. Dear Bop, ha ha ha, you fool. You're so going to give Lower Decks a chance, are you? Haven't you realized yet that we make this crap just purposely to annoy you middle-aged white men? And for a quick buck? Thanks for the publicity. Regards, Alex. Well, Alex, I also thank you for the publicity, since my video about it has almost 1,000 views. If not, yeah. So it was probably the best video I've had in months. Actually, I was quicker to whatever I was at, 873 last I checked. I was quicker to 873 views with the Lower Decks trailer reaction than on any Star Trek Picard video. The actual Star Trek Picard reviews, I'd max out at like 800 views after a week. Here I hit 800 views in 24 hours. So for those who are saying that there's no demand for Lower Decks, now I know I'm a small channel, but my numbers show there is. My numbers show there is. In fact, my numbers show more demand for this than any of the Picard reviews. Now we'll see what happens when the actual reviews start. But there certainly seem to be people out there looking for info on Lower Decks. Dear Bop, let's try this again. Anybody want a charcoal grilled hot dog? Signed, Evil in Columbus, Ohio. I'd love a charcoal grilled hot dog. Sure. But now I'm sad because you're not going to be able to send me one from Columbus, Ohio. And even if you did send it to me, it wouldn't be here until at the earliest tomorrow. And that's if you went to the post office right now, which probably closes in a minute, and said you want overnight, expensive shipping. That costs like $25 to ship the hot dog. And then you'd have to put it on ice, and Mama Prey would have to heat it up because it would be cold or it would be moldy by the time it got here. Yeah, no. And then why? God damn it. Yeah, I want a hot dog. Sazzy, grill a hot dog. She's not moving. Oh, well. We'll have to deal. Dear Bop, what's the best? Oh, more hot dog questions. Dear Bop, what's best on a hot dog? Mustard or ketchup? Yes. I put both. Mama Prey knows it. Mustard and ketchup on a hot dog. Now, if it's sauerkraut, then it's sauerkraut and mustard. You never put ketchup with sauerkraut. Honey mustard is also delicious. If you got like some boar's head honey mustard, you could put that on. Again, though, only mustard with sauerkraut. Golden mustard. Yellow mustard I put on sandwiches. Golden mustard on hot dogs. And I don't care if the hot dog is boiled or grilled, but if it's grilled, I want it burnt. I want it, like, I don't generally eat like steak or hamburger. I like medium, even medium rare. But hot dog, crisp to a burnt crisp. Whatever you could do, just keep cooking it. Dear Bob, do you have a female harem? No, I don't. I mean, if you want to join one or create one, I'm not against it. But no, an actual female harem I do not have. Dear Bob, coronavirus numbers are less authentic than hollow recording that cost Senator Vernack his life. In other words, it's a fake. Yes, but if you don't want to end up like the esteemed Romulan senator, you will just know what's good for you and agree that coronavirus numbers are absolutely real and the government is not lying at all. Josh Street says, lol, confirmed Bird of Prey only has a female harem. No, son of a bitch, I don't have any harem. And I don't want a female harem. I don't have any harem. But I would take a female harem if there were volunteers who passed, my inspection. Dear Bob, I trust Mexican tap water more than Fauci's COVID-19 numbers. I trust Dr. Fauci. He has the best interest of all Americans in his heart, and everybody should follow all instructions the government gives them. Thank you. The end. Dear Mop, how much to make Bird of Prey watch Crystal Skull all night long for the next 7 days? Signed, Joseph Petrick. I don't think Joseph would have asked that. And Joseph doesn't sign his name when he signs it.
I know. Well, unfortunately, there is no vision.
Why is that unfortunate?
Because if I'm talking to that has a lot of fun, I could become rich by doing that, but I would never do it.
Okay, Mama Say Pray says, unfortunately, there is no number that she would take to force me to do that. Even if she could become rich, she just couldn't do it. That said, while Mama Pray might not put a number, I'd say $1 million. Now, I don't know how you're going to force me to stay up all night. I'll probably fall asleep. But for $1 million, we'll put Crystal Skull on the TV in a loop for 7 days, and I will occasionally come on YouTube so you can make sure I'm watching it. Have your people call my people. Do I have people? I don't know. You have Sassy. Dear Bob, thank you for your money. Signed, CBS. P.S. We hope you love our next Star Trek show. Michael Burnham explains it all. And the movie Star Trek Discovery that will be coming next spring. CBS gets a small portion of my money. And that's only when there's something I have to review on. Now, yes, they got it for Twilight Zone. And since Star Trek starts next month, I'm not going to cancel it for 3 days just to start it up again. But as soon as it's over, I will cancel. It was canceled for months. It was canceled for months, okay? They are not getting rich off of it. And if they figure a way that they can air Star Trek every month, they might. But even CBS doesn't seem to have that ability. Dear Bop, you broke my bloody ships. Signed, Captain Picard. I didn't break your ships, Captain. That was you. You were in a fit of rage. You broke your little ship. And Lily had to stop you. Dear Bop, show us your tits. I don't think so. You're making Mama Pray cough. No, it's okay. Dear Bop, it's been 7 days since you started the stream. When are you going to get to the Dear Bop? Signed, Rockstar Productions. Well, I got to them. You see? We've done 18, and now how many more do we have left to do? Only a few more. Okay, good. Dear Bop, what's the price of the PS5? $600. Dear Bop, I want to let you know that I was going to agree with you on the Inquisition the other night, but I can't let Gary Nerdrotic know that I actually like a Star Trek show. Just between you and me, I'm on your side, and we'll talk to you after episode 1 of Lower Deck Show. I am so excited to see it. D. Cock. Oh boy. If I guess who that is, yeah, it makes sense. He was probably under peer pressure to agree with Gary, and I guess D. Cock actually likes Lower Deck, so we can talk about it after the first episode. Oh, good. I'm looking forward to that. Not so much the name. Dear Bop, don't use super glue. Use CA instead. And if you happen to glue yourself to yourself, there's deboner to get it off of you. And there is a link to horizonhobby.com, a debonder pump. What is CA glue? Zap thin Ka glue. I thought that was a joke. I thought they were saying like use California. I think we'll be okay. I appreciate the link, but I think we will be okay with Crazy Glue. I've used it many a times. I might have got stuck to myself once or twice, but it's been a while. Dear Bop, turn around. Look at what you see. In her face, the mirror of your dreams. Make believe I'm everywhere, given in the light. Written on the pages is the answer to a never-ending story. Ah. Reach the stars, fly a fantasy, dream a dream. And what you will be, rhymes that keep their secrets, will unfold behind the clouds. And there upon a rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. Ah, story, ah. Show no fear, for she may fade away. In your hand, the birth of a new day. Rhymes that keep their secrets will unfold behind the clouds. And there upon a rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. Ah, never-ending story. Ah, never-ending story. Ah, never-ending story. Ah. Sincerely, Josh doo-doo-da-doo-doo. Thank you, Josh. I guess that was a song. Kronos' Bird of Prey, your voice sounds much better after skipping all those chats. Just lucky. I guess. I was listening to myself too. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, son of a bitch, that was not me. Sure it wasn't. Kronos says, you said deboner first. I thought that's what it said. And Rock Solid says, use CA. Josh Reed says, CA is a glue for plastic. It's debonder, not deboner, says Rock Solid. I understand that now, but At the time, I thought it said deboner because I thought I was reading a joke. I didn't realize it was serious. Piano Dean says that actually was the wrong mix of the song, but the correct one is now up. So if everyone would give it another view, like and comment, and get a chance. Same story though, Bird. Ha ha. Okay, I will do, Piano Dean, though I haven't gotten the email notification yet. But it's still the same old story. Dear Bob, if I understand you, you like hot dogs to look like Anakin's pecker after losing to Obi-Wan on Mustafar? No, I don't know what you think, but you're already so off that you're beyond help. And you just visualized it, you sick bastard. You visualized the mother man's pecker. No, I didn't. I actually did not. I just kind of cut that off. I said you were so far off, it wasn't, it was like my mind hit a fatal error and it couldn't even process any further. Just, it popped out of that thread and it said, nope. And it rejected it. So no, I did not. Wrong Sauce is Bird of Prey CA glue or CA glue was developed in World War II as a field surgical glue to help when you couldn't get patients stitched up. Interesting. Cronus says, oh, don't cut it off. I'm not cutting anything off. Oh, I was cutting off the... Okay, I got you now. I was cutting... What the hell happened here? Dear Bob. It's just a bunch of random numbers and letters. No. I don't know what's going on there. What happened? Did we lose? Oh. The computer is going all slow. I have too many tabs open. Okay. Dear Bob, vengeance will be mine, Momo the Vengeful. Poor Momo. Momo is angry. Momo is lurking. Momo will have his revenge. Dear Bob, have you seen the newest Ford pickup? It has a blind spot so big, a German Shepherd could be hidden in that you would never see it. Anyway, my question is, how do you tell your kids their pet is dead? Josh, lie to them. It depends how old the kids are. If the kids are less than 5, just tell them that the dog had to go upstate. Even if you live in a state that doesn't have an upstate, just tell them the dog had to go upstate to a farm. And so the dog's living on a farm upstate, and they'll figure it out. If they're older kids, you just, you got to tell them, listen, buddies, not everything lives forever. And, but then you blame it. Say Anti-Trekker made you do it or something, so they don't hate you. Just pass the blame over to someone they'd probably hate anyway, like any Turtistani. They're good for that. I hope that was a joke, and I hope your dogs are just fine if you have any dogs. And if there really is a blind spot in the Ford pickup, you could probably get a little settlement at Ford. But I'm not a litigious guy, so. Josh and Rebecca Mamamane says, Bird of Prey, that was the main theme from the Never-Ending Story. I never saw it. Rock Solid says, CA, not cash. CA. Okay, so it's just CA. Ka Ka. It's Ka glue. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey lost his AOL connection. Quick, someone get him another disc with 100 or 10,000 hours. Wait, did I lose a connection? Did it stop? No, I just said everything was slow. Yeah, things are still moving. Joshua Becker says, I stole that from the Red Green show. Lol. And Josh Street says, just tell the kids Bird of Prey crashed his Jeep and it landed on the dog. One last, Dear Bob. Dear Bob, you failed. It's not random numbers. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. They seem pretty random. Well, they end with 2 equal signs. Okay. Yeah, this is probably something coded, but I'm not going to try to figure out what it is. I just don't care that much. Oh, who really lost? I don't think it was me. Okay, come on, Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail Karoga. Ah, man, my voice did get bad, but it got a little bit better. Rock Sauce is Bird of Prey, CA, not Ka. God damn it, make up your mind. You said Ka, not cash. You said CAH. So what is it? Just CA. Okay, it's CA glue. Why would they name it CA glue? LDG says that would have taken you 10 seconds to decode. Even I know what that was. Damn it. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to encourage people to send things encoded to me, because then that just means I'm going to be doing decoding, which is quite boring. Testing your smarts. Good job. You have passed the first test. Expect more to come. I am curious in seeing how far you will make it. Till next time, your secret nemesis. And then it is again encoded. I don't give a shit. Do you understand that? Yes, I can decode. I knew what it was. I just don't care. Okay. What? That's probably just somebody just typed some shit. Nice try. Son of a bitch. Okay. I'm not decoding anything else. Kronos says drink more Ovaltine. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey is short for cyanocyrolate. It's short for cyanocyrolate. What the fuck is wrong with Crazy Glue? Okay? Crazy Glue works on plastic. Crazy Glue works on metal. Crazy Glue does not work on styrofoam. We learned that the hard way. But Crazy Glue works on just about everything else. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it an evening here. My voice is sounding a bit better, but I'm a little concerned right now. It was not doing so great. I do still have to eat dinner. I thank everybody for coming, listening to me about Lower Decks. We got to see the Anti-Trekker Wrangler Class and Renegade Class unboxing. I will have to work on them this week. And maybe for Friday, we can get at least one of them put together. I'll see what I have to do about the other one. And yeah. And Lower Decks, I think we should give it a chance. But whatever you believe, you believe. And Piano Dean, I will admit, it was excellent work on the song. The lyrics could use a little adjustment, in my opinion. But as the song goes, well done, sir. Well done. And keep up the good work, even if it's in Turkestan. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, I typed Ka, not Ka, but my phone auto-corrected to Cash. Then it corrected it, saying it was Ka, not Cash. Kronos is Qapla Taters and Bird of Prey. Qapla All. Good evening. And Star Trek Nitpickers says, there's already a great Star Trek cartoon, the USS New York. Absolutely. For those who don't think that Star Trek could be funny or an animated, Star Trek Nitpickers has proven you wrong already. He's already proven it. We have a whole season almost, or 9/10 of a season, or 7/8 of a season, whatever it is, of the USS New York. The Adventures of the USS New York. So I've been laughing at Star Trek for weeks. It's good stuff. Check it out. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, if you think your voice is bad, what about your face? What about your face? God damn, you people are so mean. Sassy, why are they so mean to me? Sassy doesn't care. She doesn't care. She doesn't care. Nobody cares about Bird. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything Birdo Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. Hello, Jeff Franklin, Qapla, check out but goodbye. .me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Hello, William Devine, Qapla. Mind blown watcher, Qapla. Did everyone leave yet? Is anyone still here? Jeff Franklin's still here. Rock Solid is here. He says, Bird of Prey, I have a face for radio. Yes, yes, you do. Dandelion Down says hi. Hello, Dandelion. Yes, this is the secret after show. See, we let anybody who didn't know better leave. This is the secret after show. So, Resolute Germ. Oh, Sassy's even awake. Robert Rose says, live long and prosper. Thank you. Dandelion Down says, shh. Yes, Sassy's hunting squirrels. Sassy's hunting squirrels. Jeff Franklin says, there's still 25 watching. I'm seeing 26. Fools, Star Trek Nitpickers. Yes, that's what happens when you leave too early. Yosef is still here. Captain Track wants to know, why is it a secret? Don't you want to know, Captain Track? There is a secret. There's a secret I've been made aware of. And it involves Turkestan. We need to take Turkestan down. Okay. It needs to be erased. It's not just Piano Dean. It's all of Turkestan. We're gonna just take it over. like a piece of the action style. Okay, we're going to go in there and get, I'm going to be Kirk. I'm going to be wearing a hat and a Tommy gun. And you're going to say, hey, Karoga's moving in, you see? We're taking over. Yeah, you see, we're taking over. And we'll cut you in for a piece of the action. And how much? We want 90%. We'll let them keep 10%. We're going to take 90% of the action. And if anybody disagrees, we'll make them play Fizbin, even on Tuesdays. Jeff Franklin is wow, he's shocked. Resolute says we can't have Turdistani spies. No, we cannot. Star Trek Nitpicker says, I know too much. Jeff Franklin says, let me record this. No, Jeff. See, now we can't. Joseph says, Jeff, hi, returning on Friday. Very cool. Very cool, Joseph. Jeff says, okie dokie, Joseph, hope all is going swimmingly for you. Dandelion Down says, who's interfering? We're taking over. Who's interfering? We're taking over. We're taking over. A piece of the action. You get how many of those fancy heaters you got there? Robert Rose Jr. says, wait, doesn't Godzilla protect Turdistan? Good luck with the invasion, Birdo Prey. Yeah, but we got a ship in orbit, you see? We can knock out Godzilla like that. Scotty, target Godzilla over there. I have the phasers set to vaporize. Yeah, vaporize him. You heard me. Now, Scotty. Hey, now there's no more Godzilla. Now there's no more Godzilla. Anyway, I think that's about it. I hear Mama Prey talking outside. Some guy was coming over to look at the avalanche that we're selling, so he might be here. Take care, all. Qapla. Dandelion Downs has been some tribbles in there. Yeah, the avalanche has some tribble damage. A lot of tribble damage. Resolute Germ says, Robert Rose, we've bought off Godzilla and Monster 02. And Robert Rose says, that would just piss off Godzilla. No, he's done. He's evaporated. In fact, we might have sent him to the mirror universe. Qapla, Yosef. Qapla all. Where do I end this thing? Over here.